This literally might be the dumbest new trend in political correctness that we've seen to date. What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering, and I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Now, late Friday night, The Simpsons and many of the animated series, for example, Cleveland, have now come out and completely lost their mind. Somewhere, Seth MacFarlane is looking for an actual talking dog. You can see Eric Kane retweeting. The producers behind The Simpsons have said moving forward, The Simpsons will no longer have white actors voice non-white characters. What? First of all, as Eric points out, there are no white characters on The Simpsons. They are yellow. So are they going to look for people who eat too many carrots and have like beta carotene, super high beta carotene levels so their skin starts to turn orange? Are they going to look for people with jaundice? Like they're only going to hire people in the late stages of kidney failure. Is that where we're going with this? This is absolutely ridiculous. And where does it stop? Can we talk about black characters who voice act people who aren't black? I mean, that's where it goes. First of all, let me be very clear, okay? Okay, listen, Linda. Let me be very clear because, sometimes I forget that my channel's getting bigger now, and there's a bigger chunk of people that watch my content specifically for stuff to be mad about, which is ironic given what I do, so it's fine. But I want to be very clear within my own context, which these kind of people generally accidentally leave out. I don't care at all who voices who. Nobody should. I don't care if white characters are voiced by black people, or if black characters are voiced by white people, or Asian people are voiced by black. Nobody cares. The weird specificity of this, which is exclusively white people voicing black characters. Like, what is this? Cowards. Literally the first thing I thought of. Oh yeah, that. It's called acting. Pretending to be somebody you're not and make it convincing. We need yellow people to voice all yellow actors. We need a clown to voice Krusty. We need a talking dog to voice Brian. We need a handicapped person to voice Joe. We need aliens to voice aliens and Rick and Morty. And we need Kratos from God of War to be voiced by a white guy. Somebody posts down here a nice little... The argument of the character and the voice actor needs to be the same race. It needs to be the same race is beyond stupid. It should always be about the talent, and here's some perfect examples. Exactly. I mean, so what? Samurai Jack. There is innumerable. POC should absolutely be hired without a doubt, and having that culture history with the actors towards the characters is an important bonus. To me, either way, there's nothing wrong to hire the person if that voice is so desired from the characters, regardless of race and gender. The voice acting business lives in such a massive double standard. And this, of course, started with Jenny Slate coming out and saying that she was no longer going to voice Missy on Netflix's Big Mouth, saying black characters on animated shows should be played by black people. What? You know how quickly this falls apart? Is when you just say, okay, so should we fire all the black people voicing white people? What, are you saying white characters should be voiced by white people? And then just watch them like, institutional. That's the kind of response you're going to get. You're right. Superheroes should be played by superheroes, detectives by detectives, and so on. Why does it matter? Like, who is even asking for this? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, an animated show, should also be played by actual mutant ninjas. And voiced by turtles, obviously. Here we have... The Simpsons will no longer use white actors to voice non-white characters, according to the show's producer, by the way, even though they don't have white characters. Moving forward, yes, over 3 decades, the animated sitcom began. It used white actors to play a number of non-white characters, including Harry Shearer as Dr. Julius Hibbert and Hank Azaria as Apu Nahasapima Pedalon. Boom! Nailed it on the first try. OG Simpsons fan right here. In January, Azaria announced that he would stop voicing Apu after 30 years. The thickly accented Indian-American character, is not South Asian. So, by the way, you know, these things, how much money is he really giving up anyway? I mean, it seems like such a 4D chess move for these actors. It's ridiculous. All we know is that I won't be doing anymore unless there's some way to transition it or something, Azaria said, according to Slash Film. In an industry news blog reported, the decision to remove Azaria from voicing Apu was mutual, the actor said, according to Slash Film. We all agreed on it. He said, we all feel like it's the right thing to go about it. Well, I mean, fine. After 30 years, I suppose. I'm not going to call you stunning and brave. This is all after that documentary, The Problem with Apu, you know, because he was a caricature of an Indian, like 7-Eleven employee. By the way, those people exist. Like, every one of my local gas stations has, well, it's mostly Middle Eastern folks now, but they're also, like, kind of exaggerated caricatures, too. Not always, but, you know, stereotypes are real, and stereotypes drive a lot of what you see in all characters on television. And I guess if one of them's bad, then all of them is bad, I suppose. I don't know. And then you saw just so pathetic Mike Henry putting out, it's been an honor to play Cleveland on Family Guy for 20 years. I love this character, but persons of color should play persons of color. What? You're literally saying white people should play white people. Like, you're talking about bringing back segregation. Like, you get that, right? It's called acting. He's not a real person. He's animated. What's next? They're going to call Seth MacFarlane because cancel Seth MacFarlane because he's not actually a dog? Dang, nice job, Mecha Random. How many millions of dollars did you make by committing verbal blackface, Mike? Shouldn't you give all the money plus interest to the black community that you systemically robbed for all these years? Very true point. Nicholas Iorio. Is this a joke? Heh, good one, guys. It's not funny anymore. I expect Joe to be voiced by a paraplegic, too. 38,000 likes. So what I'm saying here is, who's even asking for this? Because most of these actors that are coming out, they're not getting a lot of, I mean, they're getting roasted. Here's Joseph Wilson. Look, I'm black and a voice actor, and I don't think this is necessary. I appreciate the sentiment behind it, but I don't think you should do this. This is your most iconic role. That's a beauty. That's the beauty of voice acting. The actor's appearance, including skin color, does not matter. Now, look, if you feel like it's the right thing to do, but then by all means. I just don't want VAs to feel guilty for playing a character that doesn't resonate with their own race, beliefs, or orientation. As long as you portray those characters respectfully, it's okay. I mean, even, hey, I, obviously a black man, have enjoyed your performances throughout your 20 years. Voices are voices. There are no colors assigned to them. As a VA, your job is to bring your characters to life, and you've done that magnificently. So there are black voice actors who don't support this. Okay, now say white people should only play white characters, because that's essentially what we're talking about here. We got James Earl Jones. Why can't I think of his real name? Uncle Phil, I know that. Samurai Jack. I mean, it's seriously, voice actors of any color should play whatever role their voice acting is suited for. That's what voice acting is. So nobody really is supporting this. I mean, Bart Simpson is voiced by a woman. Should men only be voicing men? This is just political correctness run amok. And it's pathetic. Mike, I mean, he also, by the way, voices Consuela, Herbert, Bruce, Greased Up Deaf Guy. Wait a minute, Mike. Are you not either greased up or deaf? Well, then you shouldn't be voice acting that either. Why is it specifically this? It only applies to white people voicing black people, even though that logic applies to the entire position. I just don't see. I mean, it got 162,000 likes, so I guess you could say that Twitter is supporting it in a way. But it's so odd to me that people would feel. I don't think black folks support this because then what is the implication? The implication is that black folks can't voice act for white characters. Why? Who cares? This is ridiculous. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.